Oh, hella beard, it's your boy Big Beard B, and we are back for another edition of Big Beard Business. Today we're hopping into a first impression of a fragrance that I forgot I had. This fragrance was supposed to be a part of last week's first impression week, but I forgot I had it, so here we are today. This one comes from the house of Armani, and this one is Acqua Di Gio Eau de Parfum. This is the EDP, the newer, yes, the latest rendition of one of the best-selling fragrances out there. Now, over the past few years, we've seen a lot of flankers come by way of Armani. When it looks at this one, Profundo, Profundo Lights, Profumo, and the list goes on. But today, we're talking about this one here. Will it be amazing? I have high hopes for this fragrance. We're going to dive right into it. Now, this box is pretty plain compared to some of the other new releases that have been coming out there on the market. Now, obviously, the Jean Paul Gaultier, the Lamar fragrances, they come in those tin cans, but we look at what Paco Rabanne has done, we look at what even Ralph Lauren has done when it comes down to their fragrances. It's been a little bit different, but you know my motto, ooh, fuck the box. It doesn't matter, man. Today we're hopping into this thing. Well, first thing I'll tell you is that the presentation is obviously a little different than what we've seen before. Now, I did notice with one of their fragrances, it had like the wood cap there, and I found that that was a tie back to the wood notes. And we've seen that in some other fragrances, woody base, right? And it had a woody base. But what does the EDP smell like? Let's see how many pumps it takes. 1, 2, Big Beard Business approved. Goes on to, look at that distribution there. Pow, 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 pow. I gotta spray it a lot because obviously my fragrances don't get one. Whoa. Okay. Okay, now we're talking, baby. Yeah, baby, yeah. Okay, so, man, this one is good. This one is clean. As we would expect, this fragrance will be very clean. There's a slight sweetness to it, but I'm digging this one. Like right off the rip, this one is a for sure go for me. This one goes on skin immediately because, listen, man, I didn't think they were going to miss with this one, but sometimes it happens. They miss with fragrances, but this one is not a miss at all. Now, there are some nuances here that tie back to the original, but as you would expect, this one has a more amped up approach, and it's good. As I mentioned, this one is fresh. On the top here, there is some sort of citrus, and obviously we would expect that. It's vibrant, it's invigorating, and you really get that in the top. It captures it. Now, as you would imagine with a name like Acqua Di Gio, and this one happens to come from a long legacy of fragrances that have done well, and particularly I think in that spring and summertime. Fresh, clean, inviting, office approved, and this one is really within that same realm. As I did mention, this one opens up very fresh and invigorating. There's some slight zestiness here, which leads me to believe there is some type of citrus notes in the top here, which you would expect. When we transition into some of the other notes that I'm getting here, there is some woody nuances here, but it's covered in the freshness here. It doesn't like completely transition, at least so far, into a woody scent. Now, with the original, we had some notes that really did stand out, and the fragrance was done in a way that was a lot different than fragrances that were going on back then. So with this one, you got bergamot in the top, you got some jasmine in the mid, you got some cedar in the base, and within that there was also notes of patchouli and other notes, but the fragrance was really amazing. And this one here, on first impression, this one is really lined up and primed to do extremely well. Now, this is one of those fragrances I feel is a well-timed release, and I say that because I feel this fragrance is going to do well in that spring and summer. And if the weather will ever change here in Tennessee where I am, then I think that this fragrance will do phenomenal in some of that warmer weather. Now, if I could see myself wearing this down in Florida, for sure. sure this will be one of those fragrances that are a go-to scent for me. Now, if you're looking for something that is a little bit different than what has been released thus far, with a lot of those sweet fragrances that are a little more dense, then this would be a nice change up and one that I would urge you to get your nose on. So far, I am happy with this purchase, and I feel that right now, just because the way it's projecting off of me, where it projected in the air and how it hit me, I think that this fragrance is going to be powerful, right? This fragrance does have that marine aquatic feel to it without being salty, but at least not overly salty. I feel that this fragrance is really going to have a nice hearty feel to it, especially with it being such a fresh fragrance. Right now, it is just popping off my skin. And it's further into that dry down process, and now I'm getting more of that wood here, maybe some patchouli, but there's some underlying very subtle sweetness here that really makes this fragrance a little bit more magnetic than just that citrus component. Listen, as it stands for me today, if I had the opportunity to purchase this fragrance again, I would. And actually, I think there were some discounts going on with this fragrance, so be sure to check that out. I'm not sure if it was on the Armani's website or one of the other websites out there, because I was recently doing some shopping and I think that I did see this one on sale, either Armani's website or on Nordstrom, Neiman Marcus, one of those. Try those out because they do have some sales going on right now, at least at the time of filming this video. I am thoroughly impressed with this fragrance. I think that they did the fragrance justice. Okay, as you guys know, I wasn't a huge fan of some of the other ones that they released within this flanker series, but that one is a winner for sure as it stands today. Listen, that's all I have for you today as it relates back to this one, Acqua Di Gio EDP, and this one is just going to be a phenomenal fragrance here. I can already smell it. That's all I have for you guys and girls out there today. As always, I'm your boy, Big Beard B. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend that we are back again. And you already know what I need you to do. Just hit the goddamn bell.